Hello students, today we will discuss about the chapter tissue part 3 of class 9. In our previous classes we have discussed about the tissues of simple permanent plant tissue. Today we will discuss about the complex permanent tissues. Complex permanent tissues are divided or classified into two parts, xylem and phloem. So it is the complex permanent tissue. This is the topic today. I will deal with this. So we are calling it is complex. Why we are calling? Because this whole system of tissue is having some differentiated or some different varieties of tissues. They coordinate with each other. They work with each other, they work together and perform a particular function. On the basis of that, these are of two types, the xylem and the second it is phloem. Phloem is also called the bast. And here the xylem is also called the hardrome. Why is it so? Means this hardrome because it formed the along with important function. It also performed the function of supportive tissue. So what is the xylem? Its main function is to conduct water as well as minerals. First point, from the soil to the plant. And this conduction is always upward conduction. At the same time, what the phloem do? Phloem, it conduct the whatever the food is made or after photosynthesis, what is the food product, it is distributed to all over the plant with the help of this phloem. So what does it do? It distribute the food product to parts of or various parts of plant. Now, one very important thing is here, as here the conduction is upward, here it will be multidirectional. So, I am saying that it is also called xylem. So, xylem it is also called the wood. As I have told you, it also functions along with this conduction of water and mineral. It also, so as it conduct the water and mineral, it called the hardrome, and it also acts as a supporting tissue of the tree. So it is also known as wood. Now the xylem is classified into 4 different types of tissue, or it is made up of 4 different types of tissue. First it is tracheids, then vessels. We call the xylem vessels also. Xylem vessels. Then the xylem vessels. Then it is xylem fibers. Xylem fiber. And the next it is xylem parenchyma. One more important thing, we also call the wood fiber or the wood parenchyma as the wood vessels. So let's deal with the every types of xylem or the every parts of the xylem complex permanent tissue. To avoid the wastage of time, I had written some important points related with the 2 of them, that is tracheids and vessels. So let's see what is a tracheid. The structure of tracheid cell is something like that. Okay, means it is a filament is elongated cells, but the ends are tapering. Okay, its shape is its ends are tapering. And the one very important, and these are elongated cell we can see because they help in the conduction of water. And very important, they have the large cavity. At just keep it in mind that as the cell is going to be toward sclerenchymatous, mean non-living cells, then the cavity size of cavity will become large in size, okay, or become increased. So we can just see it is elongated. It is a tube-like cell. It is hard, means it is having the large cavity and it is hard. Why it is hard? Because its wall is having the deposition of lignin. So it is having the lignified walls, okay, with the large cavity in them. And a very important thing is that in this water conducting component, means the whole xylem complex permanent tissue, this trachea is the first cell as a water conducting component, means it is the most primitive. So we see that we can find this trachea in the gymnosperm plants. Although in this conducting system is most evolved system in plants, so the trachea, it is the most primitive, so we find it in the gymnosperm alone. Okay, then we take the second cell, which is the vessels. Vessels is also, you will see the long cylindrical. This is, you will just see like this, okay, and the transverse walls. Here suppose two cells are just like this. They fuse with each other, forming like a water pipe structure, and these transverse walls become perforated like this. So this whole help in the conduction of water, and this whole system is just like a water pipe. And this vessel, as it is more evolved than the trachea, so it is more efficient to conduct water from the soil to the plant. So we can just say it is the more efficient, along with providing the strength, means it is also providing the strength. So we call the xylem as a wood also, I have told you earlier. So along with this conduction of water, it also provide the strength to the plant. And very important thing, it is the characteristic of angiospermic plant. So it was, and it is as it is also providing the strength, so it is non-living. So they have the wide central cavity. You can just see this one. And that's all about the tracheids and the vessel. Now we see the other cell, other two type of cell, which is the xylem fiber and xylem parenchyma. It is about xylem fibers and it is about xylem parenchyma. You can see the picture in this lecture also about the xylem fiber. I'll tell you, it is mainly the sclerenchymatous tissue. It is dead. So what is its function? Just to provide the mechanical support to the whole plant. Then a very important thing, that it is a lignified dead cell. Why? It is the sclerenchymatous. As it is sclerenchymatous, we have learned in our previous classes that sclerenchymatous tissues are mainly meant for the mechanical strength. Then come to the xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma. I am saying that it is a parenchyma. It is a simple permanent tissue. And it is the living cell or living tissue. First important thing. Then what is its function? Its main function is the storage of starch, tannins, like this. And a very important function is that this xylem parenchyma help in the radial conduction of water by the spatial parenchymatous cells, that is known as the ray parenchymatous cells. These help in the radial conduction of the water to the plant. So as I told you about on the basis of the division and the maturity of xylem, xylem can be of two types, protoxylem and metaxylem. protoxylem or the primary xylem. You can find it in monocots and dicot both, but the metaxylem or the secondary xylem, which form due to the secondary growth of plant, you will find it in mainly in the trees or the dicots. Okay, so on the basis of their position of protoxylem or metaxylem in the conducting system, that conducting system or usually it is present in a circular form. There are two type of two conditions. The first one, it is endar, in which the protoxylem lies at the center and metaxylem faces the periphery. This position is known as endar position. Even if we will discuss this topic in then we will discuss about the vascular bundle, but referring the xylem, I am just telling you about the endark and the exarch position. Then the exarch position, it is that vascular bundle in which the metaxylem lies at the center and the protoxylem at the periphery. So in vascular means xylem can be of two types, protoxylem or the primary xylem, metaxylem or the secondary xylem, and on the basis of the position of protoxylem, it can be of two type position. First, the endark, in which the protoxylem lies at the center, and the exarch, in which the protoxylem lies at the periphery. Now let's discuss about our next conducting system, which is the phloem. So the next conducting part is the next component. It is of complex permanent tissue. It is the phloem. Phloem is also called a bast, or it is also called the leptome. These are the different names of the same phloem. What is the main function of phloem? It transport or conduct. Okay, transport or conduct what? Organic material. Organic material means that food formed by the plants, especially by the process of photosynthesis, to all parts of plant. All parts of plant. Now this needs the multi-dimensional movement, and as we have seen that in case of the xylem, it was only upward movement, but in case of this phloem, through which the conduction of organic material takes place, it is multi-directional movement. Then the next one about the components of the phloem. Components of the phloem, these are again of which it is made up of. It is of four types. So its first component, it is sieve, tube. Then second, it is sieve, tube, element. Okay. Then second, it is your companion cell. And the third, it is phloem or bast fibers. And the fourth, it is your phloem or bast parenchyma. Now you can see that these are the analogous of the xylem component. Now the these two most important component, the sieve tube elements. Let's discuss about this. What is this sieve tube? I am saying that this is sieve, means it is having the structure with the pores, so that it is able to filter. Because of its structure having the pores in this, it is known as the sieve tube element, and this term was given by Hurtig. So the first we are discussing the sieve tube element. This term was given by Hartig. So let me tell you about this. Its structure. What about its structure? It is elongated cell. First thing, the cells is having pores, and not actually the pores. Cells. First thing, that these cells are always, you will find, always occur in association with the second component, which is known as the companion cell. Then, as I have told you, it is elongated structure. Then it is thin walled, means its wall is thin. Why it is thin? Because you will find that these are the living cells, and it is very active cell, help in conduction. And the second and very important thing about this is that there is absence of nucleus in the mature sieve tube cells. So let's keep in mind that these are elongated cell, these are tube-like structure or tube-like cell. These cells and every cells are arranged in a longitudinal series. And when cells are arranged in longitudinal series, as like the vessels, their transverse walls become perforated, and so that it form a particular plate-like structure that is known as the sieve plate. So let's see what actually it is like. You will see, if these are just this, and you will find the pores here, means perforated, and so it becomes the tube-like tissue. Okay, and these are your sieve plates, and the whole structure, it is a sieve tube, and it is always occur in association with the companion cell. The actual structure you can see on screen. So what I am telling, that in the mature sieve tube cell there is absence of nucleus. So how their function will be controlled? The function of sieve tube cells is controlled with the help of the nucleus present in the companion cell. Because of this, we call the second component is a companion, means it provides a very good company to the sieve tube element. Now what is the, then I have told you about the sieve plate. These sieve plates help in the conduction of the organic foods, but at the end of the growing season there is deposition of carbohydrate, and that is known as callus. It forms at the end of the growing season, where on the sieve plate, and when the spring comes or a spring season comes, this callus dissolve, and again it acts like it function. Okay, then a very important thing, this was then again a very important thing about sieve tube element, and in the whole sieve tube element you will find a particular protein that is known as a P protein, or P referred to the phloem protein. Okay, so what is the main function of this phloem protein? At the time of any wound or injury in the plant tissue, this P protein help in the sealing or the quick healing of that injury. So again, there are the three main important points. That first, the mature sieve tube having the absence of the nucleus. Then the sieve plate is present here, and there's a formation of callus at the end of the growing season. Then the P protein, that is known as a phloem protein, which help in the wound healing. And as this sieve tube element we find in our higher plant, but in case of, so in the lower vascular plant, or in case of the you can say in a previous or the earlier plant at the time of evolution, there is absence of sieve tube element. Instead of this sieve tube element, we find the sieve cells. Now, what is the importance of these seed cell? As I have telling that nucleus is absent here, but here nucleus is present. First thing, along with the dense cytoplasm, and function is same. They help in the conduction of organic material. So it was all about the C2 element. What we have to keep in mind first about that, there is absence of nucleus, and the whole function is controlled by the nucleus of companionship cell, which is in close association with this. It was a seed tube, something like that, this structure. Then seed plate, presence of seed plate, that transverse plate which is perforated at the end of the growing season. There is a callus formation in spring season. This dissolve in it, and then the P protein, which is the phloem protein, help in wound healing, and the seed cell, which is present in the lower vascular plant, and help as the same the conduction of the organic material. But in the seed cell there is a presence of nucleus. Now the second point about our companion cell. So let's see what is the importance about the companion cell. As I have told you, it is providing the company to the seed tube element. So the companion cell have the nucleus. It is parenchymatous cell. Important thing about this, it is parenchymatous cell, and this nucleus control the function of companion cell as well as the seed tube element. And the third very important and very important characteristic, it is the characteristic of angiosperm. Means you will not find it in the gymnosperm. In the naked seeded plant you will not find it. Okay. Then in case of this, there is one more thing about this. There is this dense cytoplasm helping that. So yes, there it also help in the conduction of the organic material. Now the third part which we are going to discuss about the phloem fibers. So phloem fibers. The important thing about the whole phloem component, that in this component, phloem fiber, this is the only component of phloem which is of dead cell. Except it, all the phloem cells are phloem component are living. So dead cells means it is sclerenchymatous. So what is the function of this? Its main function is to provide mechanical support to the plant. Then importance, it is very much important at commercial level. For example, flax of hemp. These phloem fibers are used in making bags, etc. So, and the last component of the phloem is our phloem parenchyma. What about the phloem parenchyma? It is a living cell. Okay, it is the parenchymatous cell. So it is parenchymatous. So it is having the dense cytoplasm, thin cell wall. What is the function of this phloem parenchyma? Storage of the food material. And the last, it is the storage of food material. And a very important thing, that it is absent in monocot. Dicot and monocot, two types of plant on the basis of the seedlings. So in monocots, these phloem parenchymas are absent. So it was about the whole phloem and how are their different components work together and perform the function of conduction of organic material. And as I have told you, there are two types of xylem, the protoxylem and the metaxylem. Exactly in the same way, the phloem can be of two types. The phloem, if it is formed by the procambium, then it is known as your primary phloem. Okay, and then if you are getting this, if your phloem is formed with the help of procambium, then it is known as the primary cambium or the prophloem. Clear? And then the second, it is your metaploem, which is formed by the help of secondary group, or you also call it as a secondary phloem. It was all about the phloem. So I hope this whole class will help you to study about the plant tissue at this level. Thank you very much.